We're just topping straight into it, bro.
This is straight in.
I think
That's
so.
not like it.
We don't dick about here. I just want to see if it's working.
We don't need no foreplay or lube. We're just going in dry.
No man, we go in raw, don't we? Ooh, red raw.
Better spit.
Ooh, what more do you need? That's a natural lube.
Why is that
Am I
what we
quite...
talk about? End up
Right, I
in
think I'm
dry.
quite loud. Drop myself a little bit.
There we go.
Look how cool it is with the thing on the bottom.
That's awesome, actually.
So I'll put you up a little bit. Me down a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Oh, lots more.
Oh, jeez. We're professional, aren't we? It's not like we've done this before.
Yeah, man. I'm most professional.
You are the most professional, the mostest with the hostest professional.
I'm the most professional unprofessional person in the world. Right. That
Look
should
at,
be
look
fine.
at, look at that footage.
It's cool, isn't it?
That
You,
is
you
cool.
get to see me
I'm
being shit
really
at this
impressed.
game.
Yeah, really. Well,
What
moving
game
back,
am I being shit at?
you are not being shit at because you were actually okay. You were actually okay.
Yeah, but this is the start of the stream. This was not great.
This is the first level.
Yeah, when I still didn't quite know what I was doing.
To be fair, so when we were playing it, I actually realized there's a couple of things which probably made it actually all the more harder for us to do
Ooh.
because there's actually an option. The running option is
Yep.
automatic by default.
I did
So you
notice
have to
that in the
hold it.
settings or something.
Yeah, so you have to hold it for a certain amount of seconds
Yeah, and
for
then they
you to
start
start
running.
running. Whereas on manual, if you just double tap, you run instantly.
Okay. That might have helped.
So that might skew your score a little bit. Just
Ooh.
maybe because we weren't playing it at with the
It
the
was a
best
bit of a
options.
rush
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, well, no, that's fair. That's fair. There was also I noticed as well because you kept getting confused with the colors. There's a option for the normal. All turtles are all the same color, or you can use the animation or is it comic version, and all the turtles are a different shade of green.
Ooh.
So it makes it easier for you to
Yeah,
see
there was
which turtle you are.
there was the odd occasion where I got mixed up and I didn't know which
Yeah,
turtle it was.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, if we were to play it again, we'd put them on. You'd
Oh.
probably actually have a better time. Even though I'm not gonna lie, throughout that stream, which I have watched probably about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, see, yeah. I love watching you playing it because like you start off you're actually like quite like this is I'm not supposed to like it but I'm really enjoying it. Man's having
It
a good
was
time.
it was surprisingly good for its
Yeah,
for its time.
you said, and I'm not I didn't count, but about 5 or 6 times, man's having a good time, and
Man's
it's
having a
like
good time.
you were
Yeah,
having a good time.
I did enjoy it.
So yeah, um, and it is no, right. Okay, so I say it is the best side-scrolling beat 'em up. No, I did, and I will. It is a hill I am going to die on because it is.
Okay.
Now I know we have love for Streets of Rage, and we do, and I know your love is more than mine, but I still love it. But it is the best side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, I can't. I obviously disagree, but for
Yeah.
like the same reason,
Mm-hmm.
I would obviously pick Streets of Rage 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I grew up playing.
Mm.
It's what I grew up playing, and I still
Yeah.
play it now. I
Yep.
played it the
Yep.
other day. It's still
Yep.
awesome. It's
I
so
I
fun.
play that. I play that 3 or 4 times a year.
Oh, it's
Just put it
amazing.
on. Yeah, I know. No, but these types of games are they're made the retro that they're made for you to come back and relive
Mm,
that nostalgia.
mm.
It is, and it's an easy game to play to pop on and you just play and that's it. For me, I love turtles. Love turtles as a
I
kid.
love
Do you know what I mean?
turtles.
I like turtles. Um, Flynn loves them. Flynn loves the turtles now.
Yeah,
So, I've got him to play it right. He doesn't necessarily like that one, Turtles in Time. He prefers the one that came out in the GameCube, the 3D
okay.
style one, which isn't that good,
Mm,
but I think obviously he's 5, he's nearly 5.
mm,
And I think the 2D thing doesn't really work for him.
okay.
He plays the 3D games, and that's what he likes.
Yeah.
You
Have
have
you
to
shown
try
him
and get
Streets of
through
Rage
that.
2?
I can try him. But I mean, yeah. Um, but I'm just going to sit here and gush for like the next God knows how long about this game. So you tell me what you think first.
Ooh.
And we will argue your points.
Okay. I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna be fair
Hmm.
because I thought it came out in 1992, but it was actually 1991,
Yeah.
early 1991.
Hmm.
Um, it did feel like that. It felt it felt a bit clunky, but I think it's a product of its time.
Hmm.
It's just I did like it.
Yeah.
I did like it, but like it's not a patch on Streets of Rage 2 or 3 or 4. But
Hmm.
I think that was never gonna happen. It was never gonna happen. But I still had a super fun time
Hmm.
playing through it when you joined.
Hmm.
I found it very difficult on my own. I don't know if it's designed to be completed with by one person because I kept getting rinsed by that
Flash.
turtley thing in the desert
Flash.
level or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you
Flash.
came on, saved the day, and we managed to progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
So,
but that was my
yeah.
main gripe with it was just the controls felt clunky. It felt like Streets of Rage 1 controls, where it's just you've got kind of basic, simple moves, and
Hmm.
it's just sort of bat down move. But like it's more there's more to it than the first Streets of Rage. Streets of Rage 1 is trash. It's a shit game. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it's just got where everything seems like a bit static and it's just as opposed to like I feel like the other Streets of Rage are a bit more fluid. I don't want to keep talking about Streets of Rage because it's not a Streets of Rage
Well,
video,
no,
and we'll do
no,
that in
no,
future.
that's what you are
But
comparing
that's
it
the
against.
only thing I can compare to because I'm not a
Yeah.
huge beat 'em up guy.
No.
I don't think I've really played much beyond Streets of Rage.
Hmm.
Um, Never really played Final Fight or anything like that or Double Dragon. They were never my sort of things. So it's the only thing I can compare with, and
Hmm.
it's. I think I would have loved it more if I'd have grown up with it because I didn't mind
Hmm.
the turtles. The
Hmm.
turtles were never my thing really, but I
Hmm.
remember at my nan's house, my cousin always had a few videos there, and
Hmm.
he had a video of the turtles cartoon, whether it was an episode or two or something of the series,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
we'd always rewatch it and watch it over and over. So I did like the turtles, but they did have one or two come out on the Mega Drive, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, what I was going to say, right? So obviously, Turtles in Time is based off the arcade
Yeah.
game. Yep. And so it came out on the SNES first. Um, but there is actually a version on the Mega Drive, but it's not called Turtles in Time.
It's called the Hyperstone Heist.
Hyperstone Heist.
That's it. I saw it on
Yes.
Instagram earlier in a weird
Yeah.
way. Someone
Yeah.
did some retro thing and that was
Yeah.
on it. And I thought that just looks like Turtles in Time.
So I mean, I will say if you want to, one night we can stream
Yeah.
Hyperstone Heist,
Oh.
and you can compare
Oh.
how it is between the two.
Well, it will be better because it's on the Mega Drive.
It won't be better though because it'll sound like shit. But
Hey, you leave the Mega Drive alone. That
oh please,
bassy,
it's gonna
horrible noise
sound
is great.
guff. It's
Get
gonna sound
get the
guff.
Sonic Spinball soundtrack on right now. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
fucking guff. It's horrible. But so there is a Mega Drive version, so we can play it, and you can compare the two if you wish. For me, the level you commented on this like when we played it. It's like the levels aren't particularly big. Like Streets of Rage. That was some of the levels are they're massive. They go on for a good chunk of time.
They're quite long, and it's sort of like the level of detail as well. I felt like a lot of Turtles in Time was you just start on the left and you make your way to the right to the end, and then it's done. Whereas Streets of Rage had a lot of, like, the first level is you go across and you go down, and you go across, and you go through a bar, and then you have a fight at the back. It's awesome.
There isn't that much in terms of differentiating. You've got the sewer run, and you've got like the future bit where you've got the mode.
I like those bits; they were good. Because it was just something a little bit different.
Yeah, that brings it up, but there is no. You're right. There is no sort of like it is just basically left to right. But that being said,
I did like this Technodrome level that's going on though.
The Technodrome, yeah.
The boss was good.
Yeah. I was going to come to that, but I mean, I was going to say that the level design is probably better in Turtles in terms of you've got obstacles and stuff. Didn't have anything like that in Streets of Rage. The first level, you've got Krang with his in the background firing his lasers, and you have to jump over his lasers to keep out of the way of them. Didn't have that in Streets of Rage. Just saying. No, there isn't. And there isn't.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There could be there could be a couple in Streets of Rage 3. But Streets of Rage 3 is the inferior one.
Yeah. We'll go with 2.
Okay.
You've got the dinosaurs running across the game. But I know you have the motorbikes in Streets of Rage. That's very samey. But then you've also got the cannonballs on the pirate ship. And getting fired.
That was really cool. Yeah, that was really.
That was cool. Yeah. You've also got the planks of wood that you step on it and you get fucking flung or it smacks you in the face.
Yeah.
On the pirate ship, didn't have anything like that in Streets of Rage.
Nope.
No. So I mean, the as much as the levels are basic, they've got every level has something different in it that kind of keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're all very different. The design of each level is very different as well. The aesthetics of it all.
Yeah. And it's good where you've got like you start off in the skyscrapers and then you end up in the city, into the sewer, Technodrome, and then you've got the going into the past after the battle of Shredder, which, I'm being honest, that I don't think there's any other beat 'em ups that have used that kind of same mechanic of throwing the guy into the screen.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I mean, when I first played it, I was just like, for about 2 hours, just literally killing the guys. And I'm like, why am I not doing anything? Because I didn't realize you had to throw them at thingy. But I also, at that point, I was like, I didn't realize you could run and knock them over to throw them. I never had done that. Or if I had done that, I thought it was an absolute fluke. So I didn't know how you could purposely do it.
Yeah.
And so when you discovered that out, because at the same time, there's nothing like that. I mean,
you probably see it in my stream as well, where like
you said, yeah,
where it twigs in my head, like, oh, that's what I got to do, but I didn't know how to do it at the time.
Yeah, well, that's it, because I don't think it had never been done. So you have that, and then you go into your past, and you've got all different eras of the past. And one thing we did say when we were playing it is, so with all beat 'em ups, you've got your characters, haven't you? You've got your bad guys you fight, and you basically just rehash the same models but in different colors. Yeah. The first like 2-3 levels, you've got a guy that's in yellow, then all of a sudden he's green and he's a bit harder. I think with Turtles, with the Foot Clan, is you can have an infinite amount of different colors.
Yeah.
Because they're all the Foot Clan and the Foot Clan. That's it. There's you can have one, you've just got the one thing, but you can color it in so many different colors and have so many different enemies that do different things. And you can get away with that in the Turtles because they're basically the robots. The Foot Clan are robots, essentially.
Hey, look, I died. I didn't even get to Shredder.
But we did say like they missed the trick by Ben going in the past by maybe having some of the Foot Clan like in sort of costumes of the era. So,
Yeah,
the
that.
prehistoric one, you could have a couple of them that have got like the loin,
Mm,
caveman loin. We
yeah.
had, there's in the Wild West, there's a couple in the poncho and and the
Mm.
hat, but you can have maybe something like that to like spice it up a little bit. They could still be weak enemies, but the fact that they're in a wee costume is just like a wee little
Yeah, it
sort of
just
like
shows that
Easter
they're
egg
in
or
that
something. Just a
period.
wee something. Yeah, yeah. There could have been something like that, but obviously, I suppose if it was in '91, they were probably still figuring out the snares and the
Yeah,
limitations.
it was just it would have just been simpler for these are the bad guys. The bad guys are in this level, so
Yeah, 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 exactly.
but they're still the Ninja Turtles bad guys, aren't they? So it's not going to be at the time. It wouldn't have been like, how dare they not put these people in ponchos?
yeah, yeah, because it's still a bad guy. You're still fighting the float time,
Yeah.
but yeah, it would have been nice to have something like that. So I mean, I do agree with you in some parts that that's a thingy. The bosses. I mean, what were you like with them? How did you think of them?
I wasn't fond of most of them.
Mm,
I
okay.
didn't mind. I liked the Shredder one. I thought the Shredder one, the first Shredder one.
The
We won't
first
talk
one,
about the
yeah.
last one.
Super Shredder. Whoa.
Yeah, the final boss was a disappointment for me because I think I even say in the stream, "Oh, is that it?"
Yeah.
Because it's just like in a Sonic game of the same time, you'd have
Mm.
the final boss, but then there'd be like the super version of the final boss. So
Yeah.
I thought so. I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
Super Shredder would have become like Super Mecha Massive
Yeah.
Shredder or something,
Yeah.
and then it would have
Smells.
been
Yeah.
a more of an epic finale.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I can't really remember the mini boss in this level that's going on. The two guys. Is that would you
Talker and Razor.
yeah would you count that as a boss?
Well, it's a mini boss, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
not. It's
two
not
big
the end
brutes.
boss.
It was
Mm.
in there. It was all right.
Yeah.
I found probably all of the bosses beyond this level too
Mm.
hard, or
Mm.
like that the one that kept killing me all over and over and
Yeah.
over again was just
Yeah.
pissing annoying.
Yeah. I mean, Slash is the hardest one.
Yeah.
Definitely the hardest
Mm.
one.
This was the
Like
best boss in the game though, just
oh
because
yeah,
it was
yeah,
different. It was unique.
yeah, yeah. And I would say like Leatherhead, I was saying he's one of the cheapest,
Mm.
especially in hard mode because he's just see that like he is constantly throwing them knives and them lobsters and running across the screen. It like, gives you like no opportunity
Yeah.
to get him.
But I
Whereas
didn't have to
Slash
face him
on
on
the
my
other
own because
hand,
you'd come in at that point. So
yeah, whereas Slash on the other hand, he is just a hard bastard to
mm.
kill. He's forever blocking and then jumping over and slashing it and then doing the shell spin thing.
Yeah.
So those two, but I think every other boss is pretty easy. The patterns are pretty easy to figure out.
Mm.
You know, even like Krang and Shredder at the end, they're all pretty. You would have thought they'd got harder after that point, but once you get Slash and Leatherhead, everyone else is the mediocre.
Yeah.
But they are all colourful, different characters, and it's great how they brought everyone from the cartoon in as a
Mm.
boss,
Yeah.
which is why I think.
That's the
Oh,
thing. Like, I can't recall the cartoon that well because I didn't watch it that much. But it comes across as like super faithful to the
yeah,
cartoon
yeah, yeah, yeah,
compared
yeah.
to most things that you get these days that are TV games or movie tie-ins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most of them are just absolute useless trash. They're nothing like the TV show or the games. But this
But
one seemed very faithful.
well, the thing is, if you think about like most beat 'em ups at that point, it's just generic bad guys and generic big bad guys.
Mm.
You've got like you sort of like big burly wrestler or your big martial arts guys, and there's nothing that really they're all just big people, and there's nothing really that stands out. I mean, who in Streets of Rage 2, I mean, who do you have? Your bad guys.
You
First
got
level, you've got
you
the
got the
guy
barman in
behind,
the first level.
right?
You got Jet with his jetpack in the second one.
See, that's
That was
different. Yeah,
cool. He was hard. He was
yeah,
always hard when I was a kid.
yeah.
Third level is the what's he called? He's the one that slashes at you in the haunted place.
with the big long claws.
Yeah, and he does like the forward flips and
Yeah, the
stuff.
foot like Vega from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you've got the Ultimate Warrior knockoff in the 4th level. Fifth level is the boat, so it's the boxing, the big boxing guy,
Yeah,
Bear.
Balrog from Street Fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically. And then you got, I think it's the beach level, so they sort of do a cheap um, slasher guy from the haunted level and Jet at the same time in the end of
yes,
that level.
yeah.
And then you've got 2 robots at the end of the 7th level. And then the 8th level is just, it's Mr. X, but you basically fight everyone else again.
But pretty much all those bad guys are, apart from the claw guy and Jet,
Yeah.
they're all very just generic big guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Whereas at least with Turtles, all the bosses that are different enough.
Yeah. Well, one
You
one
know.
of the better bosses, I don't want to keep talking about Street Rage 2, but one of the better bosses in Street Rage 2 is the pre-boss before Mr. X, where you fight Shiva, who is
Now the ninja guy,
the same size as you, but he
yeah,
does all these cool ninja stuff, and he's
yeah.
obviously gets players him in the 3rd and the 4th games, but
Mm.
he was always one of the better fights because it was like facing another player,
Yeah.
because he was almost like his own player character.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all the others are pretty much just big guys.
Yeah. Whereas I think the Turtles game utilized all the bad guy characters well enough. And I think that's also why we mentioned the levels were smaller. I think it's because Streets of Rage had 8, but they were quite big, whereas Turtles had it was 10.
It's quite a few, yeah.
They're slightly smaller. Some of them were still quite decent things, but they were slightly smaller.
Oh yeah, I can
But
imagine. On harder difficulties as well, it'll take you bloody ages to get through it.
yeah,
But
exactly.
we only played it on
Yeah.
normal.
We're not playing that hard.
No,
I've done
no
it
chance.
once. I've done it once. I'm never doing it again. It was like a fucking 9 hour fucking gaming session trying to get it done. But I mean that so yeah, I mean your bosses were great. Your bad guys, like say generic, they're the foot. You can colour them in different colours. You can get away with it. But there could have been some variety. Levels were great. They're all different. What else can we say? Music.
I couldn't hear the music,
Personally
to be honest. So
oh, you're missing a treat because I think the music for that game is amazing.
yeah.
I've only ever had 2 ringtones in my life.
Oh, 10-minute warning.
I know, and one of them is the 2nd level from Turtles in Time.
Okay.
Alley Cat Blues. That was my first when you could get ringtones on my phone, on my Nokia, whatever it was, and it was a MIDI file. I had that. Alley Cat Blues was my ringtone. Probably about 15 years. So
I would fight you to the death though and say that Streets of Rage 2 has a better soundtrack.
I would agree. I would agree.
Overall, not that
yeah.
At some point, I'll play Turtles in Time and have the volume up when I'm not streaming and I'm just chilling out.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'd have the Streets of Rage 2 music stuck in my head from the age of 4 and upwards till now, and I can still sing all the songs of every level in my head. I've got the vinyl. I'm that sad. I've got the vinyl record right next to me. It's so good. I had it on the other week. It's so the nostalgia is just.
Oh yeah. See, today whilst I was at work, I hit 3 o'clock and I was flagging, and I was just like, oh my god, I need to get through this last hour and a half, and I literally put YouTube on Turtles in Time soundtrack.
Yeah.
For that last hour and a half, like I was just like, it was just carrying me through because I was I was getting prepared for this. So I was like,
you've got proper prepared then.
Oh, fuck, I was buzzing, absolutely buzzing to do this. So to me, the music is and like I say, it stands out for me because I made it a ringtone. Do you know what I mean? So to me, it definitely means something to me because I wouldn't have put any old shite as a ringtone. Do you know what I mean? That's like I chose that one as a ringtone. Do you want to guess what my second ringtone is? Whilst we're here, because I've only ever had two in my life. So
Two in your life. Are they both video game related?
no, the other one's a
Ooh.
wrestling. The other one is a
Oh, it's
wrestling
a
theme.
wrestling one.
Uh,
Bret Hart.
no, I've currently got it. I currently have it.
Is it your current ringtone?
Current ringtone.
Hold on.
Right there, right there.
I'll phone you.
Ring me, ring me.
It's not Ultimate Warrior, is it?
No, God, no. Could you imagine me walking around with that?
Yeah, you'd be super cool. Anytime you get your phone starts ringing, you can just give it the beans, can't you?
But they wouldn't answer my phone though, because it'd be like this.
Yeah. Why is he never answering his phone?
Because I'm having a fit.
Nice, Booker T.
Booker T. Booker T.
Of
So
course, you've
that is
got
it.
Booker
Two
T's
ringtones in my
ringtone.
lifetime. Alley Cat Blues and Booker T.
I was not
So,
expecting Booker T to come out of your phone then. Oh, what a
I'm the
legend.
coolest geek you ever known. That's literally it.
Your one and only wrestler ringtone that you've had is
Yeah,
Booker
that's it.
Bloody T.
Booker T. Oh Christ. Right. So I've gushed and I've gushed. And I am gonna die on the hill to say it is the best side-scrolling beat 'em. And I know you don't agree with me,
Oh God,
but
nothing's gonna.
I think I've argued enough that it is in the top echelon
Hmm.
of side-scrolling beat 'em ups.
Well, it's definitely in my top five. Oh, why
Mm.
have I
You
lost
only
our
played it
bloody thing
once,
now?
well, twice.
I've lost our videos.
No,
How's it
sorry,
gone?
probably ended it.
No, it's still going. It's just bloody Zoom.
We'll have to restart and carry on because I can carry on talking about
Oh, yeah,
turtles.
we can do actually. I'll
Right,
BRB.
so, Burb,
Burb.
burb.
Hey, it's fixed.
Once again with the Renegade Master.
Du- 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 du.
Oh,
And it's even
God.
restarted the Turtles video.
There we go. Perfect there.
Right, so
Yeah, go on.
since we've now got a little bit more time to keep talking,
Yep.
what could I know you say it's the greatest beat 'em up game of all time, but is
Mm-hmm.
there anything they could have done to maybe improve it further? Is there anything you wished it maybe included from the Turtles cartoons, or maybe more? Could each character have been a bit more unique?
I would say, right. So if we are being 2022 critical,
2022. We don't like
right?
to be, but just for
No,
the
but
sake of this
if we
video.
are, right, I think each individual turtle could have had, not saying stats or anything like that, but like feel like different move sets, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean. because they are all just basically the same four turtles, but the reach is different with the weapons.
Yeah, that's kind of all I sort of really felt
Yeah,
when I played each one.
yeah,
I played
and,
3 of
and,
the
and
4,
I,
I think.
I can understand why they've done it because obviously all the four turtles are the same. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? They've all got
Mm.
the same set of skills and blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
just different weapons,
You
really.
know, comparing it with Streets of Rage, your three characters are all different.
Yeah, they've got slightly different stats
Yeah,
and
but
all
they
different
also
move sets.
different move sets.
Mm.
So I think the Turtles probably could have had different move sets. Um, maybe more combos
Mm.
if you think about it. Like the Axel was it? Is it forward punch and
Oh,
he
it's the
does the
best.
uppercut,
Yeah.
something like that. Because there's nothing really that I've never found out any of those combinations. There might be,
Yeah,
but I mean
well,
I've been playing
that.
this game since I was like 11.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I've just played it the exact same way.
Mm.
You bash, 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 bash. You run into them, bash, bash, throw at the screen. Next guy, run into them, bash, bash, throw at the screen.
Yeah.
So I mean, if there are any combos, I don't know of them because I've never done them.
Mm.
When you started doing the jump with the pole with Donatello across the screen,
Yeah.
I do it at the time. I couldn't remember it
Mm.
doing it,
Mm.
but obviously, well, after we played it, I remembered we did it, and I remember why I don't do it. It's because you delete your energy.
Oh,
Because there's
is
one
there
point in the
energy?
stream that, yeah, there was one point in the stream that you're like, why am I not doing it? Why am I not doing it? And it's because you lose health as you do it. It takes away one of the bars.
So that's
So
the
when you
special
get to
move that
one,
costs you health.
it
The
costs you
Streets of
health.
Rage does
Yeah,
the same.
yeah. Which so that's why I completely forgot to do it because I never wanted to use it because I didn't
Yeah.
want to lose health. But I do think there probably could have been like some combos, like some different moves or something like that.
Mm.
Possibly even like a tag team move.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me
Did
wrong.
they ever implement that in any of the future games?
The one that's just come out,
Or the new one?
the new
I do
one.
want to play the
Like,
new one because it
so do
gets really
I.
good
So do I.
reviews.
Yeah, because it's everyone's saying like it's a Turtles in Time beta,
Okay.
and for people to say that it has to be
Pretty decent.
top tier sort of stuff. But they do have combo moves.
Mm.
And it's not just like turtle and turtle. Like they've got April and Casey Jones, and they all do different combos depending on the combination of the characters.
Okay.
So there's like, well, I mean, what is it? 6 characters. God, I'm not going to do the math on top of my head, but there'd be like there's at least 80. I think it is 60 to 80 different combinations depending on the
Okay.
characters. So I mean, there's a lot. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of different um. So that's one if I'm being critical. Um, what else? I don't think you need any more levels, and I don't think you
Yeah.
need to make the levels any bigger because they kind of go hand in hand. They're the shorter levels, but you get more of them, so it kind of
Mm.
weighs in.
Well, they weren't.
Um,
I think apart from 1 or 2 that I felt like we got through quite quickly, I don't think they're short levels.
that's the thing. They're not. They're actually some of them are quite long. Like the
Mm.
Technodrome one is quite long because you've got your first
There's
battle.
3 different segments to it, isn't there?
Then you've got then you've got your lift, and
Yeah.
then you've got your actual end battle. That's quite a long level.
Yeah.
You the Krang in the future, the 2020 on the Krang where you've got your mode 7, like that sort of like bit where you're on the boards going like forward is
Yeah.
quite short, and then you're into your battle with Krang, so that's quite a short level.
Mm.
But I mean, it changes it up using that sort of like you're traveling and forward on the mode 7 bit. It kind of like differentiates it a little bit. But I mean, that's a short level, but it doesn't feel really short.
Mm. No.
It's enough because I mean, Super Krang, he's not a hard boss, but I mean, he's enough. He does enough to basically, you keep you going for a couple of minutes to
Oh
battle
yeah.
him at least. You know, um, Super Shredder definitely needed. It is a letdown. If it is. It's probably the biggest letdown of the game. He should have been fair enough. You defeated him by throwing the things, and he went into the past and took you in, and blah blah blah. But he should have had him, or you should have fought him as Shredder, and then he'd go into Super Shredder,
Yeah.
something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
I think, um, I'm trying to remember if on hard mode he does have something like
I was
that.
I was just gonna say because it's like it does the classic 8-bit, 16-bit thing of, yeah, well done finishing the game, but maybe do it on hard, you
You're
pussy.
on hard mode, yeah.
It basically does that. So
Mm.
do you get anything for doing it on
I,
hard
I,
mode?
I'm in my head. I'm thinking there must have been, but I'm not gonna lie. Like having done it once that long ago, I
Hmm.
don't honestly don't remember.
All right.
Honestly, don't remember. I probably could imagine that they would have, but I think even in the normal mode,
Hmm.
put in a second, do you know what I mean? Like a second bit in afterwards,
Yeah, yeah.
even a normal mode would probably,
Hmm.
should have happened.
Hmm.
Should have happened.
Yeah.
Um,
Because one of the
well,
things I know Streets of Rage 3,
mhm,
if you play Streets of Rage 3 on easy,
mhm.
it caps you at I think 4 levels. I think once you finish the fourth level, which is you fight Mr.
Ah,
X in the fourth stage,
mhm,
but it
mhm.
turns out it's like a decoy, it's a fake Mr. X. And I think when that revelation comes out on
Mhm.
easy, it's like, oh, maybe try playing it on normal or hard, you little bitch, and you'll get to play more of the game. Which,
Does it actually
first
say
time I
little?
played Streets of Rage 3 and you get that far and you think, oh, you bastards, because it's quite easy on easy. But then on
Mhm.
normal, it's a really friggin' hard
Yeah,
game, so it's hard to
yeah,
get beyond that point.
yeah.
But I quite liked when the old games did stuff like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. It basically it's get good scrub, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really,
yeah. So you've had your bit of
if you want to
practice,
play
now
the
play it
full
proper.
game, get good. Yeah.
That's what these kiddos these days just don't understand. That games actually used to be hard and a
Oh God,
challenge,
yeah.
and
God,
that's why
yeah.
you
Yeah.
play them.
Yeah. I think see like these turtle games. I don't it's actually funny. Like GameSack actually did a video at the weekend of all the Turtles games that
Hmm.
came out on consoles, and it was actually funny like seeing through like all the different games from the SNES, from the NES and through. Um, the Turtles definitely lend themselves more to this sort of side scroll and beat 'em up than they do any other style of game. Because the first game on the NES was like a platformer. It's like a platformer,
Yeah,
and then you kind of had an
it's the
overworld.
one that's famously rock hard, isn't it?
It is nails, absolute nails. Like I got so frustrated with that game as a kid.
Yeah.
There's like one, you can always think there's like on the first level, there's like you're a platform that's the size of you, so you can't jump
Mm.
because you're the third thing, and there's a gap
Yeah.
between the two platforms. And like you would jump and you would just fall down through this one. It's only like a one square gap. You try everything to jump and jump, and what you do is you just walk over it.
All right. Okay.
And that was cheap. That was like a real cheap thing. And then there's like the dam level where the hit detection is there's electric vines all throughout the dam. It's like a thin
Ah,
path.
yeah. Yeah. I
You
remember.
get absolutely battered. I always gave it was always Raphael
Mm.
on that bit because he had the shortest range with his weapon. His weapon was shit. Same in Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
range is shit. Um, so maybe actually think about it. Maybe like projectiles could have had that in the game as
Mm.
well. Do you know what I mean? Like a ninja star or
Yeah.
something like that. You can. And I always used him first, and to get rid of him essentially.
Mm.
If he died in the level, he died, and that's it. But then every sort of other game after that was the side scroll and beat 'em up. But they were all based on the arcades of the same versions of the arcades. They were just like home console ports.
Mm.
Um, and I think it definitely lends the Turtles lend themselves to that style of game. Definitely,
Mm.
yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
another genre that you'd like them to attempt or tackle, or have you ever thought, ooh, it'd be cool to have a action RPG Turtles game where you can
I mean, to be honest,
beat
actually,
them up?
that would probably be different. Do you know what I mean? Like an
Yeah.
actual RPG as such. More like on the. I know you've probably not played it, like the Mario Luigi Superstar Saga, where it's like it's a simple basic RPG, but like the story's kind of got that. So it's not adult, but there's like the adult humor in it, if you know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
it's self-aware of
Is
what it
is it the
is.
one that's it's quite similar to Final Fantasy the way it's done, like turn based?
It's turn-based. Yeah,
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 okay.
yeah. It was on the Game Boy Advance,
Oh,
the
okay.
first, and it's fairly simple. Something like that would be pretty good actually for the Turtles.
Hmm.
You could get away with something like that, but I don't think you can't really have 3D platformers or anything like that. Don't think it works. I don't think the Turtles work in that kind of game.
What if it was like Batman Arkham Asylum? That sort of combat.
Yeah, I was thinking in my head like Prince of Persia, like Sands of Time, that kind of
Okay.
like like wall running.
Hmm.
Maybe get away with that.
Hmm.
Maybe actually the Arkham games, yeah, you could probably get away with that. The problem is with that though is that you've got see with that kind of that sort of city. See like what was the next one? Not Arkham. Oh, I can't remember now. There's the second and third one. The third one, I think Unite,
Uh,
where it's in the city.
You got Arkham Asylum, Arkham
Yeah,
City, and you've got Arkham.
it's not Dark Knight, but it's like Arkham Knight in it or something like that. It's not where the red mask's back.
Yeah, I don't.
But like, see with like the first one, you're like on Arkham itself, and
Yeah.
you're locked on an island, small island.
Hmm.
You could get away with that. I don't think you could get away with the turtles in a city.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of them is obviously they're not meant to be seen by humans and
Hmm.
so having them beat around the street in a fucking the turtles jeep or whatever,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It kind of defeats the purpose of the turtles.
Yeah.
But maybe on an island or so on its own sort of thing, you could probably get away with it. Um, but yeah, I mean that would be nice to see something like that. But I do think that ultimately it is always going to be side scrolling beat 'em up
Hmm.
because that's what works for them.
Yeah, which is why they've obviously made this new one as well. It's obviously a big nostalgia trip for everyone that played these games back in the day, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
been received really, really well, which is good.
And that's the thing. It's like you don't get that many anymore.
No.
So it's
Apart
not it's not
apart from
horrible
that and Streets of
time.
Rage
I mean,
4, I can't think
well,
of
that's the
anything
thing. Yeah,
recent.
that's it. Yeah, you got the Streets of Rage 4, and everyone was like, "Oh shit, this is great." Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? They're making a comeback.
Yeah. It is actually
And
phenomenal as well. Like
mm,
the initial release of it was good.
mm,
It seemed quite bare bones, quite just it's like it was made for the 90s. But
mm,
then when they updated it and they put a survival mode in it, it's phenomenal. It's
yeah,
so fun.
I don't think there's any other sort of like side-scrolling franchises.
It's not a big hit in general, is it, the side scrolling thing? But you can get away with it by re-releasing Streets of Rage that everyone loved
Yeah,
and the Ninja Turtles, which everyone loved.
and I don't think there's any other games
You
like
couldn't
say
do
Final Fight, Double Dragon. I don't think you can bring them back.
no, well, I think they tried Double Dragon a few years ago and it was pretty cack from what I heard.
Well,
Can't
that's
remember if
it.
it might have been PlayStation 3 time or
Yeah.
early PS4 maybe.
Yeah.
But I think they tried rebooting it and it just didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I don't think you can really do like a new IP anymore for a beat 'em
No.
up new. I don't think people will be interested.
No.
It's this generation don't really care for the beat 'em up.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
that.
you don't even
That's
see the Mortal Kombat Street Fighter type fighting games anymore,
yeah.
apart from Mortal Kombat,
I'm
Street
not straight
Fighter,
for
Tekken.
hmm Yeah.
There's no new games that come out.
Yeah. Because
It's just
the market's not there, is it? That's the
no.
thing.
It's everyone wants open world action RPG, and it's
Sandbox style things. Yeah.
yeah they want as many Dark Souls style horrible games because the amount that are coming out now is ridiculous of
hmm
just copying Dark Souls, and I don't get why people would want that. I love Dark Souls, but I don't want to play this other game just because it's like Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I
It's
want
like
another
Dark
Dark
Souls
Souls.
version 3.1 or
Yeah,
whatever.
no, don't try and copy something. Be your own
Yeah.
thing.
The original.
Yeah, you
hmm
can take little elements from something, but don't make it a blatant copy.
Okay. hmm
And I don't know. I think that's partly why beat 'em ups are tough for people to make. It's hard. It's hard to be original with a beat 'em up now. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You walk
Yeah. Well,
left
the
and
thing
right. You beat things
if you
up.
think about it, all characters, you don't really have that sort of like any individual characters that you can make anymore because I think pretty much everything's been covered.
Pretty much.
every sort of like nation in the world has probably been covered at some point.
Mm.
So you can't make it different.
No.
So there we go.
Yeah.
Well,
R.I.P. beat 'em ups.
yeah, oh, yeah, very much, very much.
I think it's time for the highlight.
Bring it out, baby.
Boop. Oh no. Where is it? Boop. Right. The
Right,
slag.
here we go. I'm putting my phone there so I can see this up on the screen.
Yeah, you see that slag.
You
I have I got text here? I have. It still says NBA
have.
Jam. So let me alter that.
Oof.
If I know how.
Pop him on.
If I knew what I was doing, I'd be dangerous. Right. TMNT. Turtles.
Wait, where is NBA Jam?
Oh, it's probably I need to update the picture.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hey, I've had a long day. Leave me alone. You're not my dad.
No, thank you. Although I did bring you up all the way through bloody, through college. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you, Dad. Not Dad. Dad.
can you put TNMT tet, please?
I will, of course, put tit if you
Capital
want me to put
T,
tit.
little I, capital T, tit. Because I am childish like that.
You are childish. There we go. Tit.
Tills and time tit.
So, imagine
Right.
NBA Jam is there. I can't remember where we put it.
I can't remember what we put it, to be honest. It
It
was
would have been.
definitely over International Superstar Soccer.
It's definitely, yeah, it's either third or fourth. It's
Yeah.
above
It might
Bomberman.
have been, but I think they were joint, maybe. I want to say they were joint, weren't they?
That does ring a bell. Yeah, it might have been
Yeah. Yeah.
even Stevens
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
So,
So,
TMNT tit
uh-huh.
could be as low as 7th, but it
Don't
won't
think
be.
so.
Because there's another beat 'em up there that's absolute dog shit, and I totally forgot about it.
We need to play number 3 so you can
Oh
see
yeah, the
this
flying
fucking
eagle.
eagle.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So TMNT tit.
Yep.
What do you score it out of a million?
Big, massive, juicy 900,000.
Ooh.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. And I'm only saying that it is in my top 5 favorite games of all time.
Oof. And it's only a
I
9.
was thinking 9.5, but no, I'll give it a 9.
You might want to give it 9.5.
9.5.
Because I'm probably going to go 7 out of 10.
Right, that's fine.
Just because it's the first time I played it. It doesn't have that lasting legacy that a lot of other ones do. But I did really enjoy it. It's considering it's the same age as me. It's holding up really well. Better than I am, anyway.
It still looks better than Golden Axe.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! I can design a game that looks better than Golden Axe on Paint. But
well, that's one thing we didn't talk about actually was with the graphics. I mean, it still looks
it's
amazing.
still yeah, that's the thing. But I think that just goes along with the faithfulness of the cartoon.
I think it's because of the more cartoon. Yeah, it looks more like the cartoon.
It looks like the cartoon.
Yeah.
So I can imagine back in '91, you'd be thinking, "Wow, this. I'm playing the Turtles. It's so cool."
Well, I think I was 11 when I first played it. I didn't realize it was thinking, and even then, I was like doing it at 11, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not into Turtles. I'm a Power Rangers kind of guy now." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even when I found it, I was like, so yeah, it does. It holds up.
So I think I can't do maths, but 9.5, the average of 9.5 and 7, it's definitely putting it third.
9.5 plus 7 divided by 2. 825.
Yeah, so third, just under Mario Kart 64.
Yeah,
which is fair enough.
I'd give that.
I think that I would say that both the Mario Karts above are superior to the game personally. But again, it's just it could come down to just a legacy thing again. Like I grew up on Mario Kart, so I know I love it.
Yeah.
If I
No,
played Ninja Turtles
that's fine.
Tit a few more times, I might fall in love with it a bit more. If I got to hear the
Yeah,
killer soundtrack.
it is an awesome soundtrack. And to be fair, I think I've played Hyperstone Heist once, but I am willing to play it with you.
Damn right you are.
We'll stream it on the Mega Drive. We'll play it,
Okay.
and we'll do it, and then we'll compare. But I mean, yeah, it's fine in third. I'm happy with that. Because
That's
to be
it.
fair,
Third
it
place in
being
the slag is pretty good going.
no, I know. And the thing is, third against Mario Kart 64, where we both love Mario Kart 64. It's yeah, it's
It's
I'm fine with that.
yeah,
We
well,
might bump the score up at another point, but we'll see.
yeah, well. There's a chance it's fourth, depending on what we gave NBA Jam.
I think it was joint fourth with ISS because
Okay,
you couldn't put it ahead of ISS if I remember.
okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good going for the Turtles to be ahead of
Mm-hmm.
ISS for me and
Mm-hmm.
NBA Jam, which
Yeah,
are
yeah,
both
yeah.
Stone Cold classics.
I mean, to be fair, if I'm playing a SNES game, I would more likely go Turtles than NBA Jam.
Ooh, to be honest, I think
If
I would as well.
if I had half an hour
Yeah,
for,
I'd
I'd be like,
rather have a bit of silly fun beating up thugs and stuff
mm-hmm.
than the potential of getting frustrated on NBA Jam because I can't hit a 3 pointer or I'm getting the shit kicked out of me.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like something like I mean, I play this 3 4 times a year. I do, but generally I just fire on easy mode and just have a run
Just
through,
yeah, just for
and
the
just
enjoyment.
enjoy having just a run through of
Yeah.
a battle. So
See,
to me, that's more appealing than NBA Jam.
yeah, the last mention of Streets of Rage 2. Anytime I play it now,
Mm-hmm.
I'll always put it on the hardest difficulty
Mm-hmm.
because it basically just gives you more people to beat up. So
Yeah,
it is
well,
obviously harder,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I just love the first couple levels because it's
mm-hmm.
usually the best music.
Yeah.
And I just love that you get loads of bad guys and they're
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily that hard. So it's
No,
proper
exactly.
good fun. That first 20, 30 minutes of the hardest difficulty
Yeah.
is it's just so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have randomized.
Go on then.
This might be an easy one.
Okay.
We've got Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. We've got the Oregon Trail. And we've got My Baby.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. Out of all them three, I am picking Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. I don't know
No! We could do though. I still.
I love Michael Jackson Moonwalker is my favorite Mega Drive game.
Whoa!
It is. It
Whoa!
100% is. 100% is.
It's not your favorite Mega Drive. Get
It
stuffed.
is. It
No!
is. It is.
No! No! It's not. Not my favorite Mega Drive game. No.
Oh, I'm pissed him off now. But being honest, it is because I'm not gonna lie, I love Michael Jackson growing up. So never took me to
This
Wonderland
is
though.
the best Mega Drive game to ever come out. That.
No, can any of them moonwalk? Can any of them look at that face? Oh my god, it looks like he's taking a shit.
That's the greatest Mega Drive game of all time. Look, boobies.
Oh, stop it now! It's a bit of blue
Bit
for
of blue
dad.
fit lads. Yeah, we can. No, we can do Moonwalker because
No, we'll do Resident Evil because actually we.
Yeah, but when I've had in my head when we do Resident Evil.
Oh, we were gonna do the full thing, weren't we?
It's
Yes.
I want to do it like Mario Kart because
Okay,
I can
that's
talk
fine.
Resident Evil for days
Yeah.
and weeks and probably
Mm-hmm.
months and years.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with you on that.
So if we do, I think we do Moonwalker,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe after Moonwalker we figure out
We do
Resident
Resi.
Evil,
Yeah.
and we'll do the
Okay.
main line.
0 to 4.
Well,
0 to 5.
oh yeah, it's retro, isn't it? Oh, I can talk about all of them though.
0 to 6.
No, please don't bring 6 into it.
Oh, well, we can start off on a high It's just rock bottom by the time you finish it.
Would you class PS3 as retro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2 generations ago. That's
Okay.
retro.
So 0
We
to
we
6.
started playing three together, and that's like 12 years ago.
I know.
That's retro now.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's painful. But yeah, we'll do Michael Jackson's Moonwalker first.
okay then.
Which
I mean, to be
means
fair,
I
it's not going to score that high.
I've not actually properly played it myself. I remember
Have
you
you
playing it in
not?
college and you did your video.
Yeah. Remember when we did the video and I did that? I played the whole stream of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what I was thinking, I quite liked having the Turtles video down there then.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we pick, I want to do at least a stream of something.
Yeah.
And then it gives us something to put there.
Yeah.
But you've already played Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Aye, but like
It can
10
go
years,
there regardless.
10 years ago.
I think it'll be funny. But then
That's fine, fire man.
if I do play it, I'll stream it and then it's
Yeah, well,
something to laugh
you've got
about
to
in it.
you've got to give it a run through and just to see how ridiculous.
It's really bad now when you look back. He's saving the kids.
I know.
Like when I explained this, because the guys at work, they didn't know there was a Michael Jackson video game. And they were like, oh my God, there's a Michael Jackson video game. That's a bit weird. Isn't he a pedo? I was like, yeah. And he saves the kids.
And he's saving kids.
He's in it saving kids. He's
Mhm.
searching through cupboards and stuff in the first level for kids that are hiding from him. And then he shakes his crotch at them. That's Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
There's one. There's one of them. And I can't remember what level it is. I think it's one of the zombie ones or something. They're in a bush. And it's like, right, I always save it to the last one because you pick them and then you press up and he does where he goes on his toes and he thrusts his pelvis out and he holds that position and like she's right there because he's doing it. Just like,
oh God, you're gonna make me play
God.
this.
Mate, you've got to play it. I can't believe you've not actually played it.
Well, I never had it as a kid for starters.
Well, you're gonna have to experience it.
I will experience it. I do have it on the Xbox, so
yeah.
I will experience it and it will be live for the world to see.
And I will watch you with glee.
Okay. I might even do it this weekend, so
that's fine.
We'll
you tell me, I will be there watching you.
You can join the stream as well. You can get on the comms and you can take the piss.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Michael Jackson.
I'll give you some hints and tips.
Can't believe you picked Moonwalker over Resident Evil, man.
If Moonwalker was ever going to be on it, doesn't matter who it was against, it was always going to be Moonwalker.
I actually need to start taking games out of that randomizer thing, so I don't think I've altered it at all since.
We need to add loads more in, actually, speaking of like.
Yeah, there's 70 odd in there, but I know there needs to be more.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'll figure something out.
I'll go through the list of games we've got.
I know, yeah.
God, right, there we go.
Figure it out. Anyway, thanks, guys, for listening to
awesome.
Nick fapping over Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Tit.
Turtles tit.
Turtles tit. This will be on the YouTubes tonight, hopefully. I'll sort it out for tonight. I've got to put the football podcast on tonight as well, so
love
not a chance to fart tonight, let alone mess about with YouTube videos.
As soon as I'd seen you finish the stream, I was like, let's go. What are you talking about, Turtles?
I'm there with a mouthful of food. I'm coming. All right, we'll be back next time. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, no pedos.
There we go.
Let's go.
Bye.
Bye. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.